Welcome, everyone. My name is Biz Steinberg, and I serve as the CEO of CapSlow. And you will find us today up in Paso Robles at our Adult Day Center, and we'll be getting into the center and meeting Mara in just a minute. I wanted to particularly welcome members of our board of directors, members of the Adult Day Programs Advisory Group. They are so supportive of the program. And as we walk up the side yard here, there's a welcome for all of you. And we will gradually get to the center door. This is the route that our guests take every day. They are brought to the center by family members, by ride-on, other transportation programs, and to start their day. And Mara will be able to update all of us on how we're operating now that we are in our COVID era of service here at CapSlow. So it's my pleasure to introduce Mara Whitten, who is the director of our Adult Day Services program. So take it away, Mara.
Okay, thank you so much, Biz. I'm glad to have you all join us today on our first virtual tour of the Adult Day Center. We are taking extra precautions here at the center to keep our clients and our staff members safe. And so we're all required to wear masks while we're in the center. Right now I'm able to social distance, so I'm going to remove my mask a little bit so I can talk to you. The center, as Biz had mentioned, is located in Paso Robles. We opened in 2004 in Templeton, and in 2013 we were lucky enough to move here to Paso Robles, to this site on St. James Church. And when we did that, our numbers just doubled. It's been a wonderful experience for us. What I love about this house, this site, it's like a home. So clients feel like they're coming to visit friends and not feel like they're in a clinical setting. And so it's a very comfortable environment for everybody. So as you can see, we are modifying our services here to adapt to the COVID. And so typically clients in any door down the front of the house, as you probably saw in the picture. But to protect our clients, we're only having clients and staff enter through this kitchen area that has the ramp. We are trying to keep just the essential staff in the center, and asking the family members when they do drop off their family members to meet us outside along the street there. And when they arrive, they call the center, and one of our staff will go out to the car and conduct a wellness check with each client. And the wellness check, we take the client's temperature and evaluate the client for any signs of illness. And then we also ask the family members if anyone's been sick at the home or if they've traveled recently. So we are trying very hard to do everything we can to keep our clients safe. And then when the clients do pass the wellness check, then the staff member walks the client into the center. Some of our clients, as Biz mentioned, are using the Runabout, which is a supervised transportation program through the RTA. It's funded through the Americans with Disabilities Act, so it is a discounted rate. They have a discounted rate, and they do pick the clients up at their home as long as they live within 3/4 of a mile of a bus stop. They'll come right to the home. Otherwise, they would ask the families to meet them at in town, someplace local. In order to maintain our social distancing with our clients, we've decided to have 2 sessions. One session is in the morning from 8:30 to 12, and then the second session is from 12:30 to 4. In each session, we have 5 clients, and I'll show you around how we've been able to set up the table so that clients can be safe and sit 6 feet apart. Before and after each session, the staff are very busy cleaning. They're disinfecting the floors, the tables, the chairs, the restrooms, and all the common areas as well. So, so at this time, I'm going to put my mask back on so I can show you inside the center. And please let me know if you can't hear me. I will try to speak up louder. And I want to first thank Laura for all her help today in filming this for me so that I can show you around. So when clients come into the house, they enter through the kitchen, as I mentioned, and this is our station here that we would, after we have taken their temperature outside, we would check in each client, make sure that they have a mask on. If they don't, then we have the mask here. And then everyone is required to sanitize their hands with the hand sanitizer. This is our kitchen here, and again, it's a very home-like kitchen, and we are very fortunate during normal times. We have Ada's Lodge that provides us with our lunches. We do purchase it from them, but they deliver the meals, and it's a nice, hot, nourishing lunch. But during COVID, during this time, we are not serving lunch. However, we are providing a half a sandwich and fresh fruit as a snack. Our clients are only here for the 3 hours, so we're just providing that much a snack for them. And but Ada's Lodge is providing all the food for us still, and they're donating that, and we're so thankful to them for that help. So we do have coffee and tea throughout the day, and we have water that we encourage our clients to drink throughout the day to keep them hydrated as well. So then in this next room, this is called the quiet room, and in this room we encourage clients when they're if they feel like they need to come and rest, take a nap. We encourage them to come in here to relax. Also, if a client isn't feeling well, if they are sick, we would have the client come in the room to isolate them, and then we would contact their family members. Also, sometimes physical therapists and occupational therapists or a visiting nurse might come and see the client, and they would use the space as well. And then we'll go into the next room, into the hallway. So this is typically where our visitors would enter through this door here. And on the wall, I first want to show you is our gratitude wall. And this was created by our program advisory committee when we first moved in. And on the wall are names of our donors and clients that have been to the center. And so it's just a lovely way to honor all those that have been a part of our program. We have some information for visitors. We have an information guide and some other brochures. We have the CAPSLO Senior Home Repair services, which we encourage. We also have some information about caregiver support groups and for their caregivers, and some extra information.
Mara, I'm going to interrupt just for a second. We have some feedback. If there's anybody who has their phone or iPad or sound on, could you mute yourselves? Just how Mara's talking. Thank you. We'll have time for questions too. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Okay, so next we'll go into our activity room. And this is where all the fun happens. This is where we have most of our activities. And as I mentioned, we're in a transition period right now between our first session and our second session. But we do have a few friends that are here already that I'd like to introduce to you. This is Margie. And Margie is Lydia Hunt's aunt. Lydia Hunt is our site supervisor, and we'll get to meet Lydia in a few minutes. But Margie comes every day with Lydia and spends the day with us. I am a stroke. My nurse practitioner didn't want me to live alone or be alone. So I come with her and do exactly what And so Margie comes every day with Lydia, and she supervises us and makes sure that we're doing everything we need to do. And then this is Georgianne. And Georgianne has been coming to the center for over a year now. And she lives in San Luis Obispo, and she used the runabout today to come to the program. Do you want to tell a little bit about what you like about coming to the center?
Well, most of all, it's a great place to meet other people across with my same age and same interests. And that's hard to do, and I live with my son and his family. Otherwise, I don't know anybody in San Luis, so I'm just worried about get acquainted and that kind of thing. And this really helps. Great. Socialization is fantastic.
Thank you, Georgianne. And then here at the center, we are so fortunate. We have an amazing staff here. Our staff are compassionate and caring, and they're just really the heart and soul of this program. And so I'd like to introduce to you to some of our staff members. This is Deanna Vasquez. Deanna has been with us since 2 years? 2 years now. Deanna, would you like to share about what you like about your job and what you like doing?
I just love the clients and taking care of the clients and helping them with their health needs, and just enjoying them.
And Deanna does a great job. She is actually trained as a certified nurse's assistant. So she is really helpful when clients need help in the restroom. She also helps prepare the meals, and she just makes them feel comfortable and feel at home here at the center. Thank you, Deanna. So in here is our smaller activity room. Oftentimes during normal, before COVID, I should say, this house was full. We had on average 18 clients per day. And in one room we would have, I think it was about 10 at one table, and then in this room we had another 8. So we kind of had 2 different groups going, and it was a busy center. But now with COVID, we're trying to be very careful, and as you can see, we've taken down all the big tables, and we have these small tables, bed trays, that each client has, so that they can maintain that separation from each other. And as I mentioned before, the staff are cleaning those tables in between each session to keep it clean. And then in here, we were lucky enough to get an air filtering system to keep the air, to clean the air, which was recommended. And then I also wanted to introduce Zenobia Bruce. She is another program aide, and Zenobia has been with us the longest. I think 12 years now, right? Almost 18. Oh my goodness, almost 15 years, she said.
Yeah.
And Zenobia is just a wonderful program aide here. She prepares the meals. She helps with personal care, with the activities, and both Zenobia and Deanna are both bilingual, and that's really beneficial and helpful to our bilingual clients and their family members. In fact, during when we shut down for COVID back in March 19th, we were conducting weekly telephone reassurance calls to all of our families. And Zenobia would call the Spanish-speaking families and stay connected to those families, and was able to offer a lot of support. I should say that during that time, we also provided care packages, which the staff put together. And in the care packages was some masks and gloves and some activities like coloring and crayons and bingo cards and a snack. We also received a nice donation, a large donation from the sock company in San Luis Obispo, and they provided us with some really cool things like some scarves and gloves and special things for our clients. So the staff helped us with that as well. So we stayed connected. And then we were in September 8th, we did receive approval from the Department of Health and the Community Care Licensing to reopen our program. And so, we really took some time and thought about, the safety of our clients and how we could best provide care for them. During the shutdown, when I was making those telephone reassurance calls to our clients, I found that the caregivers were really expressing a lot of anxiety. They were real concerned about their loved ones, that they felt that they were physically and mentally declining, and that the caregivers were under a lot of stress themselves, and that they needed support, they needed a break. And so, so on September 8th, when we did get the approval, we decided that it was important to reopen the program, and by providing these modified services, we can still assist the clients and their families and keep everybody safe. So I thought I'd show you the rest of the house. We'll go down this hallway. So the center is wheelchair accessible. We do have 2 large bathrooms, and both bathrooms do have handrails and are accessible if someone is in a wheelchair. And then in here is my office, my little cubby. And then on this wall is a picture of some of our clients that have been with us, that are with us. I should mention our clients are coming from all over San Luis Obispo County, from Avila, Pismo, San Luis Obispo, Los Osos, Morro Bay, and then of course in North County we have a client in San Miguel as well as all throughout the North County. And we are the only social model of care in San Luis Obispo County at this time. And we're a nonprofit organization, as you know. So we'll come back out of this hallway. And it's my pleasure to introduce Lydia Hunt. Lydia is our site supervisor, and she is my partner in crime here at the center. I couldn't do this without her and Zenobia, Indiana. But Lydia implements all the activities. She does all the arrangements of the activities. She also supervises the program aides and organizes the food, and just does a lot here at the center. So Lydia, would you like to share a little bit about your job and what you like best about it?
Well, I'm Lydia Hunt, and I'm the site supervisor. I've been here for about 7 years.
Yeah. No, we can't get that.
Lydia, this is Biz, can you speak just a little louder?
Turn it off.
Okay, I'm Lydia Hunt, and I've been with the program for 7 years. And this is Lucy, our little therapy dog. She comes with us every day, and she's a good little therapy dog to have on board here. And what we do is I do the monthly calendars and the menu, and I organize and implement all the activities here at the program. I also work with Cuesta College with the Emeritus program, coordinating the instructors. And currently we're Zooming all those classes. And in the fall or in the spring, we'll be adding more classes. And also Mary had mentioned how we took precautions to keep aside each client's activities packets. And then she also had mentioned the care packages, and these were the last ones we did, which they were welcome back, but we have to deliver the ones that clients were unable to come back. So we have a wonderful volunteer, Midori, that comes and does sing along every Friday. And we have quite a few volunteers, but they're all on hold right now. But I scheduled them for the activities here at the center. And what I love about my job is I just love our clients. I know they're having fun. I do a lot of corresponding and talking with the caregivers and the family members to make sure their work changes. We see where we can help if they need any help. So I think That's about it, Mara. Do you think anything else?
We did get a question about what types of activities you do.
Oh, okay. We have reminiscing classes through Cuesta College. Currently, we have Richard and Julia that do Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then we do bingo, we do sing-alongs, we have artwork. We have certain games that we can play that they have their own cards and things like that. We do artwork and things like that. Okay. Any more?
We do have a question on how you work with veterans.
So that's something I'd like to address. So we are very fortunate to have a contract with the VA for veterans that are enrolled in the VA health system. They're able to come to our program with a copay of up to but no greater than $15 per day. If they had a service disability, there would be no charge. And that the VA does cover their transportation. So if they're coming from using that runabout, that's all covered, as well as the whole day here at the center and their lunch. Currently, we have about 5 veterans that are using that service. And I do work with the clinics in San Luis Obispo to help them understand what our program is and to help with those referrals. We also are lucky enough to have a contract or agreement with Coast Caregivers Resource Center, which provides counseling to caregivers in their home. And they are providing a respite grant that family members can use to pay for their loved ones to come to our program as well. And we also work very closely too with the Alzheimer's Association, with the Hospice of San Luis Obispo, with the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Office, with the Senior Center here in Paso Robles, as well as the Area Agency on Aging. And our program is, we do have a sliding scale donation, a suggested donation, and I work with each family member to make it affordable so that their loved ones can come to the program. And I also work with each family on the days and times that would work best for them. Many of our caregivers are working, and so they do need special hours for their loved ones to be here. Typically, when we have a new client, a potential client, I usually go to the client's home, and I love that because I get to know the client in their home where they feel most comfortable, and I get to know what their likes are and their dislikes are, and then I also get to talk one-on-one with the caregivers and find out what their needs are. And then at that time, I can make referrals, I can give them support, and also encourage them to participate in the support groups that are available. Right now we have a support group. It's a virtual, it's online on virtual group, and it's led by one of our program advisory council, which is very, very helpful. I know for those caregivers that are at home and can't get out. So it's an important part of our support here. And I also would like to acknowledge our program advisory group. I've been here almost 12 years now, and many of the members of our advisory council have been with me this whole time, and I couldn't do it without them. They're so supportive and help me with the planning of the program and help us with fundraising and things like that as well. We do have some funding through, like I mentioned, the Area Agency on Aging. We have some, it's through the Older Americans Act. And then we are also very fortunate that the county is providing us with some funding, and the Paso Robles City Council once again has given us support as well. So we're very fortunate to have those 3 supports. But other than that, we do rely on the community support and donations to keep our program going. So we're going to go back outside.
I'm just gonna close this door real quick.
Sorry about that. We have clients coming in, so it's getting a little noisy. Sorry about that. So does anybody have any questions so far about our program?
Yeah, we do have a question. What type of feedback have you gotten from caregivers since their loved ones have returned to the center? Have they noticed a difference since returning?
Yes, that's a great question. So many of our caregivers have shared that their loved ones seem to be more alert, have more energy. We had noticed the first week that many of the clients were very sleepy. We really had to prompt them to engage in activities, and now we see a complete change. They're much more engaged, they're talking, they're laughing, they're singing and participating. And then I've also noticed that the family members, the caregivers, when they come to pick up their loved ones, seem a lot more relaxed. I wish we currently are able to provide 3 hours of care, and I hope that will change and we provide more. But right now, I think just that little bit has made a big difference in our clients' lives.
Mara, I wanted to just thank you. This is Biz. Haven't we, everyone on the tour today, we are so fortunate to have Mara with all of her experience in gerontology and her warm manner with, just as she spoke about the home visits and how authentic her care is, not only of our guests, but of their families. So thank you so much, Mara, from all of us. I know the leadership team is watching and learning from you. So I just wanted to thank you on behalf of all of us and others or board members. I see Cassandra's on today from the Community Foundation, which is wonderful. And we're just enjoying doing these virtual tours. I want to thank Marcy and Laura for helping. So I just wanted to get my thank you in before there's more questions.
Thank you, Biz. I really appreciate this opportunity to showcase the Adult Day Center. Like I mentioned, we're the only one in the county, and I would love to see more programs like this. The need for quality daycare for adults with dementia and Alzheimer's is really growing, and I think that we're so fortunate to have this one in North County, but I know we're going to need more in the future. So I appreciate this opportunity to share this really wonderful program.
Before COVID, we had our advisory group and some interested community members. We were just getting ready to do more of a feasibility study and getting ready. As you said, our guests come from all over the county. So it's still on our list to look for, and be able to have another program, but that's been put off mainly because of COVID and the situation that's happening right now. Thanks, Mara.
Mara, I had a question. It's Dee. I'm sorry, I can't, if I unmute, the other phone's ringing. Who sets the rules on how many can come into the center? Is it the county health?
So because of the size of the house, it's 1,800 square feet, we determined that 5 people, that we could safely social distance 5 people in our activity room. I wish the house was more open, we'd have more space. But at this time, that is what the Department of Health and the Community Care Licensing approved for us to provide. As the restrictions are lifted, I'm hoping that we can expand that. But at this time, that's what we feel most comfortable with.
Thank you.
But before COVID, as I mentioned, we could accommodate 21 clients at one time in the 2 front rooms at the center.
I'm glad the families went for the double session, so more, so 10 get the service. How many in 1 week? Do the guests come, twice a week, 3 times a week, or do we have, well, how many would come in a week in unduplicated people? Guests.
So currently we have 16 clients that are participating in the sessions and 5 people, as I mentioned, in each group. And I've worked with each family depending on their needs. Georgianne, as you met Georgianne earlier, her family, they're both working, so she's home during the day. So Georgianne is coming 4 days a week. But other family members have chosen just to send their loved ones 1 day a week. It really depends on their needs, what is working best for them. We do have the virtual activities, so those clients that the family members don't feel comfortable sending their loved ones yet are participating in the Zoom activities, which Lydia had mentioned is the exercise and reminiscing, and they're still able to interact with their friends as well while they're on Zoom. So that kind of is a nice added bonus for those that feel like they're not ready to come to the program.
Thank you. You have quite the puzzle to manage, Mara.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we do have 30 people enrolled on our roster, and nobody will be discharged from the program unless they choose to. So once we the restrictions are lifted and they feel like they can come back, they're welcome to come back when that happens. Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone, for giving me this opportunity to show you the center. And at this time, we're not, encouraging visitors and just having essential staff come in. But once we resume normal activities, I would encourage all of you to come visit us, come check out the center firsthand. I think you would be pleasantly surprised. The center really feels like a home. It's not a clinical setting, and it's just a fun place to spend for older adults to spend their day. And thank you again, everyone.